Welcome to this deep dive into public accountability in Kenya's education sector. My name is Peri Swanjiko and this is KMS Media Africa. Today, we are analyzing the Auditor General's report on the Teachers Service Commission (TSC) for the financial year 2023-2024. We'll focus on a critical issue: overpayment of salaries to teachers. This isn't just a numbers game. It's about how taxpayers' money is managed and the accountability of those in charge. Stick around as we break down the findings, reasons, implications in what needs to change. Let's get straight to the facts. According to the official report, TSC overpaid teachers a staggering 433.9 million Kenyan shillings in salaries. That's public money. Your taxes going out the door unnecessarily. To their credit, TSC has recovered 222.3 million Kenyan shillings through payroll deductions and other mechanisms. But that leaves 211.6 million still outstanding from this year's overpayments alone. Even more concerning, 296.4 million Kenyan shillings in overpayments, that's 68% of the total flagged, has been lingering for over a year, including remnants from previous years. These overpayments make up 30% of the 1.43 billion Kenyan shillings total debts owed to TSC as of June 30th, 2024. It's a red flag on financial oversight. Why did this happen? The audit points to outdated and inefficient manual reporting systems that TSC relied on in the past. These systems led to payroll errors, inconsistencies, and delays in updating records. Think about it. In a digital age, manual processes open the doors to mistakes. Or worse, deliberate irregularities like payments to non-existent ghost workers. The report highlights persistent weaknesses in payroll management, including lack of proper documentation for some payments. This isn't a one-off. It's a systemic issue that build up over years. Now, let's talk accountability, the heart of this issue. Overpayments like these erode public trust in TSC and the government. Taxpayers fund education to support teachers and students, not to cover errors that drain resources. These 433.9 million Kenyan shillings could have gone towards hiring more teachers, improving school infrastructure, or even bonuses for deserving educators. The slow recovery rate, only 51% reclaimed, shows weak controls and enforcement. It raises serious questions. Who is responsible for these lapses? Are there consequences for managers overseeing payroll? The presence of ghost workers and undocumented payments suggests potential fraud, which demands transparency and audits to prevent abuse of power. In a broader sense, this reflects fiscal indiscipline in public institutions, affecting service delivery and economic stability. As citizens, we must demand better stewardship of public funds to ensure accountability at every level. Imagine if such a scandal were to unfold in developed countries such as the USA, Canada, the UK, or other well-governed nations. The public outcry would be immediate, the media would be relentless, and accountability would take center stage. In those countries, senior officials directly linked to the irregularities, whether the payroll manager, the chief executive officer, or the heads of human resources, would most likely have stepped down within hours or days, either voluntarily or under pressure, to preserve the integrity of their institutions. Yet, When we look at the Teachers Service Commission (TSC), the situation is shockingly different. Despite the gravity of the matter and the magnitude of funds involved, the silence is deafening and the lack of responsibility is staggering. It is as though nothing has happened, as if mismanagement of public resources is a normal occurrence that does not warrant consequences. This stark contrast highlights not only the weakness of accountability structures in our institutions, but also the complacency that allows scandals to fade away without justice being served. So, what can be done? The Auditor General urges TSC to strengthen recovery efforts and modernize their systems, ditching manual processes for automated digital payroll platforms to minimize errors. Implement stricter documentation requirements and regular internal audits to catch issues early. On accountability, there should be clear consequences for negligence, including investigations into potential fraud. TSC has already adopted some recovery mechanisms, but more urgency is needed. Policymakers should prioritize funding for system upgrades, and citizens can push for reforms through oversight bodies like Parliament. Change starts with awareness. Share this video to hold leaders accountable. In summary, the TSC salary overpayments in 2023-2024 highlight a need for greater accountability in managing public resources. By addressing these gaps, we can ensure a fairer, more efficient education system. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more insights on governance and accountability. What do you think? Comment below.